Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, I am Jesus Rodriguez, and I'm sitting here next to the legendary Konnan. Now, Konnan, we have been seeing this brew, and it's been boiling and it's been cooking, but we're finally getting 450 versus Willie Mack.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see this contrast in styles, because what you're seeing right now is like a cross-pollination of different styles, the Japanese style, the strong style, the Puerto Rican style, the American style, lucha libre, everything. And what we're seeing right now is that international style that Willie Mack and 450 bring to Aro Lucha.
I'm so excited to be a part of this. I'm so excited to be watching this. Let's go down to the ring. Ring the bell.
Aro Lucha, no dejes de luchar.
First, from Puerto Rico, Mecha Wolf 450!
And Konnan, this is a man that you know very much about. This is a man that actually for the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing time and time again that has had this crutch. That crutch comes in the form of Willie Mack.
Well, I'll tell you something, man. Mr. 450, John Yurnett from Puerto Rico, he's a guy that started very early in the wrestling game, and he literally started from from the first matches and worked his way up to be one of the superstars of Puerto Rico. Then he came over to Mexico. He wrestled a while for AAA.
From South Central LA, Willie Mack.
And talk about an amazing story that is Willie Mack growing up in a very, very poor area in Los Angeles. Growing up in a place where he was afraid to actually go to sleep because he did not know if he's gonna wake up. But you know what? And I give Willie credit, so much credit, that he overcame those obstacles. He overcame the odds, and now look at him. He is in the top of the world at Aro Lucha.
You want to talk about overcoming odds? Here's a guy that was an orphan, who was abandoned, who was homeless, and look at where he is right now. One of the most charismatic wrestlers in lucha libre today.
And like I said, Konnan, these two have had this beef, they've had this feud for weeks, fighting all over the place, and finally, we're getting them in the ring.
And I've seen them in all sorts of matches. I've seen them in American-style matches. I've seen them in extreme matches. I've seen them in strong-style matches, lucha libre matches. There is no love lost between these two.
And with that said, we definitely know that this match...
Oh, the worm, look at this. The worm.
Well, I take
backwards. Look at that. That's what we talk about with that incredible agility.
And 450 not having any of that at all.
No, he doesn't want Willie to get the people into the match and motivate him. Very clever move, because he broke the momentum right there.
Definitely. And I was actually expecting him to start off with strikes to the face, punches to everywhere in the way that you can see. Nice little
Bandera to the outside. Ooh, just smacked him in the face. Let's see what he's gonna do. Una sacada.
There's that amazing agility that is Willie Mack. For somebody his size.
Look at his speed, look at his speed. Beautiful. Leg lariat.
You definitely know there was some strength behind that.
That could really be it right there. Oh.
Close.
So Willie, here's another guy. You know, he was in, he's still in Lucha Underground. He's a guy just like Mr. 450. What does 450 have in his mouth? It looks like he has fangs.
It's a mouthpiece that has the design of fangs.
And, 450, who also, I'm going to tell you a story that you'll like. You know a wrestler by the name of, AR Fox?
Yes, of course.
Well, AR Fox and Willie Mack once came to Mexico, and they had wrestled for a small, very small indie promotion called DTU.
Okay.
And the very next day, we were having a television taping in AAA, and two guys didn't show up, and they just happened to be in the dressing room. And I asked them, I go, do you want to take their place? Nobody had ever seen them. They never wrestled in AAA, and something that you know that is the highest compliment that you can get from the fans. In the very first match, nobody ever seen them. Fans threw money into the ring.
That is amazing.
Tell them about that Mexican tradition.
No, it is. It's definitely tradition, because it shows appreciation from the fans. It shows that they take And not only that, it makes you actually want to go out there and now even outdo yourself as a performer. So that's definitely a high honor.
It's very, very rare that people will throw money into the ring the very first time that you debut somewhere.
Definitely, and especially like you said, in an arena that nobody has ever seen before.
Right.
That's definitely high praise.
So here we see a Mr. 450 who also did a couple years ago, was in Japan, and he learned that strong style. And here, this is strong style right here.
Definitely, and not only that, but like 450 has actually traveled the world between obviously here in the States, all over Europe. He's on Japan. He did a stint in Mexico. He's actually appeared on WWE TV several times. He was actually part of the inaugural 205 Live tournament.
And here we go. Oh, nice.
That was beautiful. I've never seen that before.
People don't like Mr. 450 here.
A little cocky, a little too arrogant, if you tell me.
And now he's howling. That supposedly gives him energy. Because he also, one of his monikers is Mecha Wolf. So he's big into the whole Viking and wolf and scene.
That's actually, if you didn't know, and actually you mentioned it, so you might know. He's a very avid Viking fan.
Yeah. He says that he likes to go out and he likes to use like old school tools that the Vikings use.
He makes his own gear. He makes his own shield, sword. So he knows his way around weapons.
Went for a moonsault, nobody home. And again, that's what we talk about when wrestlers wrestle each other so much, and we saw this in the Rey Mysterio match. We saw it in the Mascarita Dorada match, where other wrestlers already have them scouted and kind of know what you're going to do before you even do it.
And not only that, but also think of it this way. They may have not wrestled each other as many times, but they have been on shows countless times. So they've seen each other's work. They've seen each other's repertoire. They know what each other does. So, nice. Let me take you back. That's a very beautiful Norman Smiley body slam.
Yes, Norman Smiley, great friend of mine, a guy who trains a lot of the talent over there in WWE.
He trained me as well.
Oh, yes, I didn't know that.
He was definitely one of my favorite trainers while I was in WWE.
Shouts out to the great Norman Smiley. Good mafia kick.
Sets him up. He's going to go for another mafia kick. A little face wash, or where's he going to go? What is he going to do?
This is how brutal this match is. They both have mouthpieces. Did you like that? The cannonball into a flip and landed standing. Look at that.
Look at that, the agility.
It's incredible. That's why the people love him. Because you don't expect them to do stuff like that.
Not at all. And I can't, you know what? There's another piece that I don't think we've gone across. How incredibly strong Willie Mack is.
Yes.
In wrestling. And there's that strength. Samoan drop.
Watch this, nip up. How beautiful is that?
Top it off with the moonsault. Beautiful.
You can hear the people counting out loud. That's how much they are into this match.
I'm into it. I'm beyond into it. And I go back to the strength that is Willie Mack. There have been 3 people that have completely manhandled me in the ring, and Willie is actually one of them. And I'm not a small boy. I'm a big boy.
Wow. Look at all the mask in the crowd. It's incredible. The people are having a great time. Beautiful. 450 landed standing. Enziguri. He's probably going to fly here.
He's calling for it. He's calling for it. I can hear it.
There it is. Suicide tope. Tope suicida. Throws him back into the ring.
He ain't done with him yet.
Oh, here comes that DDT. Famous for this. He has hurt a lot of people with that move.
Good night, Willie Mack. And the answer is no.
I mean, barely kicked out.
Check this out one more time. Tope.
Look at the speed and the precision of that tope.
Oh,
I mean, he landed straight on the top of his head.
Ouch.
I'm surprised there's no neck damage. And he's still struggling to get up.
There's that strength. I'm telling you, Willie Mack is beyond strong, and that's something that I don't think people quite understand just yet. Wow. The heights.
Is he gonna fly? Looks like he's setting up to. There you go.
Wow.
Tope con giro. Look at that.
Look at 450's head just ricochet off of that ramp.
We talk about his agility. Again, once again, you see him taking high-risk moves for somebody his size. You don't see that every day in Lucha Libre.
Not at all.
It's usually the smaller guys doing
right,
that.
not at all, but I appreciate it.
Yes, 100%. Fan favorite, and that's why. Going up to the top again, look at it.
We've seen him do countless things. One of them is a frog splash. Oh!
Kick to the jaw.
Now, was Willie going for the swanton, or was he going for the frog splash? Unfortunately, we don't know.
So basically 450 giving the fans the sign that this is it, this is the finishing move, this is what I'm gonna pin him with, but he can't even get him up. Got him just right with that super kick, flush to the jaw.
Oh wow, little pop up into a flatliner. Is that enough? Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 2. Oh, almost.
Willie shaking his head in disbelief. He's hit 450 with just about everything. I mean, I got to give 450 credit. I'm not a big 450 fan, but I'm giving him credit for kicking out of everything Willie's hit him with.
Now, just listen to the crowd. They appreciate this. I appreciate this because you know what? This is awesome.
Yeah, this is Lucha Libre. No dejes de luchar. Aro Lucha. Ooh, here comes a chop fest. It's going to be chops with probably forearms. Ooh, what a forearm.
Not to take anything away from 450, but I'm going to tell you this one. From personal experience, you do not want to go toe-to-toe on strikes with Willie Mack.
Well, here's the thing, man. If we could get a close-up from the camera, you'd probably see that 450's chest has already been split open from those chops. 450 again goes with that. Oh! He tried to do that DDT, and he got caught with the stunner.
You have Willie Mack. What's he calling for? What's he calling for? He's climbing top rope. Is he going to finally fly?
He ain't afraid to do the frog splash. Boom! Whoa! With all that weight, I doubt he gets up from this. 3, we win it! We got a winner! Willie Mack, chocolate caliente, hot chocolate himself.
After all these weeks of anticipation, we finally get them in the ring, and we finally find a victor, and that victor is Willie Mack.
That was worth waiting for, I'll tell you this, what a great match. The replay, we see the height and the power that he came down with that frog splash.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are Aro Lucha.
No dejes de luchar. Willie Mack 450, Rey Mysterio, Peta 0M. I mean, what you're seeing the best Lucha Libre in the world.
Willie Mack!
Great match, great night of wrestling, man. Check us out on our social media at arolucha.com. No dejes de luchar. Jesus Rodriguez, Konnan putting it down. You know what it is. Aro Lucha.